This is Ben from Testive, and we're looking at an SAT reading question. This question asks, which choice provides the best evidence for King's claim that an individual who breaks a law that conscience tells him is unjust is in reality expressing the highest respect for the law? So basically, King is claiming that if you break a law that you believe is unjust, you're in reality actually respecting the law, or this is the highest form of respect for the law. And we need to know which of these answer choices supports this. The first answer choice, thus it is that I can urge, 19 to 20, thus it is that I can urge men to obey this law for its right and urge them to disobey for its wrong. This is just another version of the same claim, so it doesn't actually provide evidence. It just shows that he's consistent. So we're going to rule that out. Lines 16 to 19. Paul Tillich has said that sin is separation. Is not segregation an existential expression of man's tragic separation, his awful estrangement, his terrible sinfulness? So this is relating, this is about spirituality. It's relating the law to sin, but it's not direct. I can't see the direct link to this claim in the question. Let's take a look at the last answer. In our own nation, in our own nation, the Boston Tea Party represented a massive act of civil disobedience. It's an example of civil disobedience. Let's see. The only issue here is that he doesn't say exactly in this portion of the passage that civil disobedience is in itself always good. So we can hang on to this one. It might be right. We can hang on to it. Finally, a law, lines 29 to 37. A law is unjust if it is inflicted on a minority that, as a result of being denied the right to vote, had no part in enacting or devising the law. So this is a definition of what would make a law unjust. If a minority wasn't able to vote, then the law will be unjust because if they're subject to the law, they didn't get to choose it. Who can say that the legislature of Alabama, which set up that state's segregation laws, was democratically elected? Throughout Alabama, all sorts of devious methods are used to prevent Negroes from becoming registered voters, and so on and so forth. And not only that, in some places they're majority, but they're not registered to vote. So he's saying a law would be unjust if it was inflicted on a minority that wasn't able to vote for the law, and then provides reasoning by which we could see that the legislature of Alabama, an example of this in Alabama. And what is he claiming? That an individual who breaks a law that conscience tells him is unjust is in reality expressing the highest respect for the law. Well, he's really questioning in this paragraph the idea that a minority should have to follow a law that it didn't choose or is unwilling to follow. So in some sense, this is actually the strongest evidence for his claim. And I'm going to choose this one as our correct answer, even though it's a little bit of a toss-up between this and the last answer choice. The last answer choice is just a little bit sparse in showing that it would be respectful for the legal process to disobey an unjust law.